Hey guys, sonyx here. I hope you're currently having an amazing day today and life is treating you well. So today we're just going to be talking about being human. And I know that's such a weird thing because, sonyx, aren't we already human? No, but being human in a sense that it doesn't feel like we're human beings anymore. Trust me, this isn't some kind of like weird conspiracy theory. I'm serious. Like, think about our lives like 100 years ago and how that was a lot different than it is today. I guarantee you, if you think about how it was back then and how life was simpler, people were able to be human because they get to spend time with each other on a day-to-day basis. You know, there was no such thing as electronics, or there was no such thing as Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or iPhones or anything like that. There was none of that existed back then. So, you know, none of that prevented people from seeing each other, which allowed that human interaction. Think about our society nowadays, how we kind of interact with each other. It's kind of sad. We kind of are in that state where we just, when we want to talk to somebody, it'll usually be through the phone. And it just kind of makes it feel like that's our society now. We don't really have that human-to-human interaction, which loses that humanity. So, like, what happens over time is that we kind of lose our humanity in a sense, because we don't, really see people as much as we're not forced to anymore. You don't really have to. You could just email them, or even that feels old, right? Because emailing someone, like, oh, that's a little too outdated, right? Now it's like, calling them and doing all this other stuff, and it just doesn't, maybe I was born at the wrong time. Because all this electronic stuff is cool, but it has its pros, it has its cons. But for me, like, that biggest con is losing that humanity. And then so the reason why I bring all this up is because just recently, like just recently, I was meeting a friend that I haven't seen in a while, and it was pretty good. I haven't seen them in a minute, and it was a high school friend. So I haven't been in high school since 7 years now. That's so weird to say, guys. Time is so weird, because I literally thought high school was like yesterday, and it just flies without the blink of an eye. So if you're in high school right now, enjoy those moments, because there's nothing that can bring all those back. Everything is going to change for you before you realize it. Okay? So please enjoy those special moments you have left, because you're never going to know until, you're going to be in college or wherever else you're going to go after that, and you're going to be like, dang, I miss those high school days when there was, you just have fun with your friends. Because now you have to, in the real world, you kind of have to make that happen, unless you're in college and you see your classmates there. But in high school, you're kind of forced to see people still. In a way, it's nice because you don't have to really put effort. Now once you leave, guys, you got to put the effort in, unfortunately. So most of the time, unfortunately, people don't really want to see each other because there's nothing to gain. There's no basis of understanding anymore. So this is another reason why you kind of lose out on that humanity a little bit. Especially during COVID, that was a rough time for a lot of us. And I remember that back then it was like a lot of us didn't have face-to-face interaction, and that's kind of how our society has been the past few decades, past century pretty much. And when I was hanging out with his friend for the first time in a long time, I was like, hey, let's go meet up and let's catch up. Like, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. And when I spent time with him, I realized at that moment I didn't know how to speak with him. It's true. I used to think I was like a kind of sociable person, but man, when I tried telling them how life was going for me, oh my goodness, it was It was a rough one, guys. Because I didn't know how to say. I was like, oh yeah, I've been good. I've, you know, like life has been great, and like I started stuttering again, and I usually don't, and I don't know, I just get social anxiety again, and I realized, wow, being human really feels alien. It does, and it's quite sad, you know. Like throughout these years, it's just kind of gotten like progressively worse. And I realized what fixed that for me was getting out of that bubble a little bit, like forcing myself to go out there again and talking to people again, and you know, sharing how my life, you know, has been going, and really just like putting yourself out there again helps you to feel human again. And it's such a simple thing, because you would think like, yeah, that makes sense, right? No, but a lot of us don't want to do that. A lot of us don't really have the urge to go out because we're comfortable in this little bubble of ours. And what happens when we have to go and interact with people now? It's awkward, you know. A lot of us don't want to do that. So it's kind of sad in its own way, because this should be something that's normal and human to us, but throughout the time, you know, we lose out on that part of our human nature. So if you're experiencing something like this, then go out there again and just talk to people, and really like put yourself through the uncomfortable emotion for a little bit and sit with it, because you have to go through those emotions for you to feel like, wow, I was missing out on a lot of stuff, wasn't I? And before you know it, you're going to be thanking yourself, because you're going to actually have real friends instead of just your online friends now. And you're going to be like, I'm kind of thankful I, you know, got out of that comfort zone that I was in. And yeah, it's going to be a whole lot better that way. For me, it was more so my job that kind of forced me to do that, because I work with a lot of people. So as I realized when I first got into that job, I was like, I don't know how to interact with people anymore. I don't. This is weird. What am I doing? How do I conversate with someone? And, you know, it took a few weeks, but now I feel more comfortable, and I actually want to go hang out with people now. So if you're struggling with something like social anxiety, or, you know, just like not knowing where your place is, you know, in terms of friend groups, just go out there, you know. And if you're still in school, high school, middle school, wherever you are, take advantage of those moments that you have with those people, and really make sure you try to foster that relationship up once you graduate, because those matter. Those really, really, really do matter, okay? And yeah, so I just want to say I really, really appreciate all of your amazing support on this channel. This channel, this little talk channel that we have is going really well, and I'm glad all of you are resonating. I'm so glad that we branched out from the main channel, and I'm just really happy where the direction of this is going. So, I mean, I'm telling you, it would not be where it is today if it wasn't for all of you. So, like I said again, I'm always going to be forever grateful for every single one of you for being just as supportive as you are, and yeah, Sonyx is the name of my channel, and that's the name of me, but realistically it's all of you. Like, you all are part of this channel, so you all are kind of like Sonyx, kind of in a way, you know. But yeah, so I really, really appreciate all of you guys, and if you want any video ideas, just comment them down below and I'll try to make a video on that, okay? I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and please, please, please never forget to take care.